Welcome to Caching Waves. This is a Elliott Wave update for Blur. Now, current market cap is 94th and 1,059,000,000. So this is a really nice looking chart. Reason being is potential price discovery up and above 140-ish according to MEXC. I was looking at it on this chart. It lines up pretty much the same. And as you can see, we're at our last resistance level. So if we break through that, we should get to this mark pretty quickly. We're right at that level before we potentially break out. Now, I'll show you why I like this count and why my bias is to the upside. Had a wave 1 and a 2. The reason I really like this as a bullish scenario is we're hitting 382s, very shy retracements. So hit a 1, 2, 1, 2, both at between the 382 and the 50. So that's very bullish if it plays out. And I'm considering the fact that this could get extended out and we get a matching leg here, but I don't think we're going to get that. I think these are 3 nested 1-2s, and I'll show you why on the smaller time frames. Now, right now, this tends to happen when we have nests is we're getting conflicting targets. Standard for our blue would be up around 442, but off our second 1-2, we'd come up a little shy at around the 1.236 in blue, as you can see our extensions. So we'll see what happens here, but if this is a third nested 1-2, we would blow past those targets. We're not going to know targets until we get moving and we have price action to analyze. So let's go down to these lower time frames and I'll show you why I'm biased to the upside on this one. It's a different sort of breakout than the previous ones, and I think has a better risk reward just because of price discovery options. So I mentioned that maybe we get this other move down and a matching leg to this leg, but reason I don't think so is we should have pivoted right here, and I'll show you why. So we have 5 waves up here, 3-wave correction between 382 and the 50, and we have 5 waves up here. This is a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this was the B wave and we had an A, B, we were supposed to pivot from here. Instead, we made a higher high. So you can see why I'm biased to the upside, because if we're going to make that matching leg, we already had a 5-3-5 complete as a B. The only way it would fail from here, if this is 1-2, 1-2 to the downside, just to make a matching leg to this one and then pivot to the upside, you would have to count it like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very deep 4, which doesn't make any sense with time, and it doesn't overlap, so it's valid. But that would have to be your 5th. You can see that looks pretty funny: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just doesn't look correct. So that's why my bias is to the upside, and I think this is most likely a third 1-2 with a flat, like so. And we're going to continue to move to the upside. So it looks quite nice. We should hold this modified pitchfork, so we shouldn't drop below. And very high upsides and potential price discovery. So invalidation levels. Love that brush when it gets stuck. So this would be our most likely bottom, or we can come down a little bit more. But this is our invalidation level here. Let me just mark that. I'm going to start using this tool. It's much easier and faster. So according to MEXC, invalidation level for our wave 2 is 55.78. We do not expect to get there, obviously, but that is the invalidation of this count. So let's pull our fibs. Go from this one. And we could still be in the middle of a flat here, just because this does look impulsive, but it came too deep to be a logical wave 2. So we could get something like A, be this grinds up, see, like so, and then we get a matching flat wave here and go. But we'll see what happens. Otherwise, this would have to be some sort of expanded diagonal where this is a C wave connecting to something over here. But not a big deal. Important is validation is 55.78. Where did that go? Sorry guys, really rushing today. That's why the analysis isn't like very in depth, just because all these opportunities are here I want to take advantage of. So just kind of doing this faster than usual. But the important thing is we still have our invalidation levels, everything like that. And the count looks very good. So that was a 618, as you can see. So there's many ways to play this. Either just buy in, stop at this low at 55.78, or if you're more aggressive, you can put it just past the 618. Your decision, not mine. Just be aware that if this is in the middle of a B wave, that this can grind up, most likely in a diagonal, and then come back. So just keep that in mind. All right, so that looks good as potential 3-1-2s nested and price discovery. If you can get a coin going in price discovery, it's one of the best situations to be in, because there's just no resistance at all, and people tend to buy every pullback until finally it breaks one. So my strategy when I'm in price discovery is I just keep moving my stop between the 15-minute pivots. We make a new high, move it to the last pivot, make a new high, move it to the last pivot. But that's only when I get a really good entry from low positions like here, just to lock up as much profit as I can, because they can really run. You think account's complete and it just keeps extending. So I usually just move it from pivot, the last pivot up, last pivot up, last pivot up, depending what time frame the wave's trading at. All right, guys, so that's it for Blur. Looks really good, and looking for the next one.